Hallo und willkommen zurück zu Let's Play The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, wo ihr, wenn ihr euch vielleicht erinnert, wo wir letztes Mal mit einem Rennen angefangen haben, mehr oder weniger, wir haben es gestartet, aber der Ladebildschirm ging 2 Minuten und danach habe ich gesagt, na gut, dann ist die Folge vorbei. Und ich starte jetzt gerade das Spiel, will aufnehmen und plötzlich beginnt das Rennen. Und ich habe noch schnell gestoppt, bevor der Countdown beginnt. Also wundert euch nicht, wenn wir jetzt direkt ein Rennen starten. Denn ich habe mich ziemlich krass gewundert. So. Beginnen wir mit einem rasanten Start, in die Folge. Das kam für mich echt ein bisschen überraschend. Plötzlich einfach mal ein Rennen fahren. Ein Rennen fahren auch noch, ein Rennen reiten eigentlich. Oder sagt man das so? Rennen reiten? Im Reitsport. Egal. Wir haben, wenn, dann haben wir unsere eigene Grammatik erfunden. Ich bin nur froh, dass es funktioniert. So, wir müssen kurz mal wieder eine Schnaufpause einlegen für das Pferd. So, wir bremsen den mit einfach. Bisschen cheaterig, aber egal. So, das ist aber ganz gut. Ja. So. Ach, das war's. Das Finale, hä? Was ist hier los? Ich bin voll verwirrt, ey.
Not bad, yet we shouldn't kid ourselves. The competition was hardly stiff. Shall I sign you up for another?
Erstmal nicht. Das Rennen hat mich ja schon überrascht. 160? Hä, ich habe 100 gewettet, ey. Ich verlange 200 mindestens. Egal. Machen wir mit der Quest weiter. Huch. Zeremonienmeister, um Rennen zu beginnen. Wir haben doch eine andere Quest gehabt. Was soll das denn? Zeremonienmeister, um ein Rennen zu beginnen. Ach so, das war das erste Rennen. Ja, vielleicht machen wir dann einfach mal... Wobei, ich habe Angst, dass es wieder stecken bleibt. Und ich würde gerne die andere Quest beenden. Die hieß, glaube ich, Kabarett. Kabarett. Genau. Sprich mit Rautleck im Anwesen der Wegelbarts. Genau, das ist der hier. Das ist doch nicht der hier. Wer ist es denn? Angeblich hier eine Person. Mensch. Rautleck. Bist du Rautleck? Nein, du bist der Rennleiter. So. Das ist auch nicht Rautleck. Ah! Warum ist denn hier? Vielleicht müssen wir meditieren. So, bis mitten am Tag habe ich mal meditiert. Hey, das ist er aber nicht. Hey, ich bin verwirrt. Noch mehr meditieren? Vielleicht ist er nachts da. Ich bin nachts auch immer voll dabei. Oder bist du das? Oh lol, das ist der hier. Ja, aber sorry, die Kartenmarkierung sagt, es ist er hier. Es ist kein Wunder, dass ich den hier nicht sehe.
Henry Routleck, artist, painter, debtor and martyr to my art. At your service.
Dandelion sent me.
Oh, yes. But tell him his placards are done and safely hidden away. Yet, alas, I cannot fetch them, as a group of angry creditors has seized my home.
Think I might have run into one of them.
Then you know my predicament. And now Count de Louverton has offered me the chance to win it all back. I'm to wager on a race.
Generous. Not just anybody could afford to do that.
De Louverton is not just anybody. He's Duke Sam's youngest son. Sam of the well-known family of gem dealers. One debt more or less makes little difference to him.
What's there to worry about? This is your chance to settle up, get a clean slate.
We've had a spell of bad luck lately. Should I agree to de Louverton's offer and lose, I shall be in bondage to him for all time.
Ja, komm.
Let's do this. I'll enter the race. You'll bet on me, win, pay your debts, then give me the placards.
You are that good a rider?
Far from the worst. Go tell the Count you accept his offer.
Ah, jetzt stecken wir nicht unendlich lange in dem Ladebildschirm.
Come on.
So, zweiter ist aber nicht so cool. Vor allem ohne Musik ist es auch nicht so cool. Lass mir mal lieber voran. Aber ohne Musik ist es echt ein bisschen... Keine Ahnung, wie soll ich sagen? Ereignislos, so langweilig, würde ich fast sagen. Ich meine, die Gegner, ist keine Frage, die sind eh kein Problem. Aber dennoch. So, wir sind auch fast durch wieder. Meine ich. Pferd braucht, glaube ich, keine Pause, weil wenn wir eh schon fast da sind, war vielleicht ganz kurz. Und jetzt wieder Gas geben. Oh, bitte, gleich Ziel. Sonst habe ich ein Problem mit dem Pferd. Ja, perfekt. Easy.
Thank you. I never expected this. May I ask to what I owe this generosity?
Let's just say I like to do a good deed from time to time. Can we get those placards now?
I'll bring them to the Rosemary in time, just as soon as I settle my obligations.
Fine. See you there.
So, kehre zurück, der Spawn zurück. Aber gerne. Wo ist mein Pferd? Warum ist mein Pferd hier hin? Das bekomme ich da nicht raus. So, wir sagen einfach, ich gehe hier hin. Dann hat sie die Sache gegessen. So, hier links irgendwo lang. Genau. Wie voll das hier ist. Ach, come on. Oh, lol. Okay, da geht auch mal aufs Dach. Und selbst die steilsten Klippen zu überwinden. Oder ein komisches Seil. Joa. Hier am besten. Die Loge der Zauberin ist eine politische Geheimverbindung der weltweit mächtigsten Zaubermagierinnen. Würden hier mal nützliche Sachen stehen. Letztens habe ich was Nützliches hier gelesen, als ich das Spiel angemacht habe. Ich habe vergessen, was das war. Egal, wird wohl doch nicht so wichtig gewesen sein. Was gar nicht stimmt, weil es war wirklich sehr, sehr wichtig. So, aus dem Weg, keine freiwillige Begleitung heute. Wow. Hallo. So. Oh, das sieht aber ein bisschen feiner aus als letztes Mal. Oh.
Well, well. See, the crew's been hard at work. Not bad.
I love it. Especially the, accoutrements on the wall.
Priscilla picked them.
Well, I must admit, you have great taste. What about Rotlick? Did you get the placards?
Rotlick said he'd bring them on his own. Should be here soon.
Great! The best way I can think of to promote the chameleon.
Never mentioned wanting to change the name.
Rosemary in Time wasn't all bad, but it conjured images of Temerian cuisine served by waitresses in peasant garb. Chameleon's a lot better for a cabaret, apart from which it emphasizes that the place has undergone a transformation. Just a better ring to it all round.
Naja.
What about choreography? Prepared anything special for the opening?
We haven't. But Polly has. She's priceless. Came in and brought the girls in line before I could say knickers. Premier will have the audience on their feet, on their knees, both at the same time.
Guess everything's ready. So when's the opening?
Soon. We start our dress rehearsal in an hour. I just need to nip back home for my dress.
Thanks for everything.
Don't mention it.
Seems my cabaret dreams are about to come true. So, around to celebrate? I'm buying.
Why not?
That's my boy. The foreman mentioned he saw you and Priscilla talking,
He's all right.
and she say anything about me?
Nee, das sag ich nicht. Na komm, wir wollen nicht frech sein.
She said something that made me think she's not entirely normal.
What?
That you're responsible, got your feet planted firmly on the ground.
You're pulling my leg.
Not this time. One thing's eating me. How do you manage to get the loan from Sophronia?
Ugh, wasn't easy. She got so excited about our performance, I had to read to her for 4 hours. 4 hours from the cloak and the dagger.
You mean you didn't...
Are you crazy? Who do you think I am? She's late, of course. She knew how important this night was to me.
Of course she did. Probably just making herself gorgeous. Takes time, you know.
So it's true. A woman's vanity knows no bounds.
Ask the dandelion. Priscilla, she's
What? Speak, man.
badly, been attacked. They took her to Valmerius Hospital.
Attacked? She's hurt? Geralt, come with me, please.
Of course, let's go.
Auf jeden. Ich glaube, ich muss wieder ein paar Leuten Latz vor Stirn knallen. Dass sie da sowas gemacht haben.
Priscilla. Is she gonna live?
I'd say that's certain. Her condition's critical but stable. Beg your pardon, but you are a relative?
Relative? No, a friend. A very close friend.
Dandelion, correct? She uttered the name in her few moments of lucidity. I am Joachim von Gratz, head of surgery. Until recently, a lecturer at Oxenfurt Academy.
Enough of the courtesies. What are her injuries, besides her eye?
A concussion, cranial swelling, incision into her larynx, and scalding inside the throat and esophagus. Clearly someone forced her to imbibe a caustic fluid.
Who could have done this?
That I do not know. I do, however, know she is not the perpetrator's first victim.
How can you know that?
I've seen wounds like this. They're not the kind one would forget, don't you agree? In fact, just this week a corpse turned up in the morgue with similar injuries. And no heart.
No heart? You mean that might have happened to Priscilla? Is someone looking into this?
This is Novigrad. Only the innocent burn here.
Geralt, I know I owe you 100 times over, but I need to ask you another favor. Find the bastard who did this. Find him and kill him.
Don't need any convincing. Come on, Dandelion. Let's think about what we can do.
I would suggest examining the previous victim's corpse. It has yet to be autopsied. Doing so could very well provide some clues. No need to look astonished, gentlemen. As a surgeon, I know the importance of preventive medicine. Rather than wait for this maniac to strike again, I'd prefer to excise him. Not unlike a tumor.
Zuallererst muss ich sagen, ich hätte natürlich auch von Haus aus gesagt, dass ich helfe. Aber Gerald hat ja automatisch die Antwort gegeben, was ich sehr gut finde.
Great analogy, but this tumor's not gonna sit there, wait to be excised. Appreciate the help, but I doubt you know what you're getting yourself into.
I know perfectly well, and I assure you I can take care of myself.
Easy assurance to make, harder to back up, especially if you've spent your whole life wielding a scalpel, not a sword.
Look at this scar. Don't be shy. Any idea what leaves such a mark?
A flail. Morning star, maybe.
What do you think? A blow sustained at the operating table? No? Let me repeat. I know what I'm doing, and I wish to help.
Na gut.
Think they'll let me into the morgue?
By the main entrance, certainly not. But you can also get inside through the sewers.
The sewers. Travel them often, Doctor?
As often as required for, the pursuit of preventive medicine.
Alternative treatments. Aggressive ones, I'm guessing. Interesting.
We can discuss this en route. Are you ready?
Ja.
Ready and intrigued. I'll get whoever did this, Dandelion. Even if it's Hierarch Hemmelfart himself.
Thanks.
You
Lange.
lead.
Okay.
So, preventive medicine you practice in the sewers. What's that about?
Think. Sewing up drowner victims can grow awfully tedious. Hear that?
Been hearing it for a while. Draw your weapon.
Ja, ja, ich weiß schon, was ich tue. Kann sein, dass er einen Bogen hat? Er hat einen Bogen. Fuck, ey. Ich muss wieder reinkommen. Vor allem, ich muss wieder die Musik leise machen. Ey, wenn das so laut ist, kann man sich echt nicht konzentrieren. So, das sollte reichen. So, jetzt brennt. Ja, ordentlich. Fuck, ey. Ja, dafür, dass es nur zwei Ertrunkene waren, habe ich ein bisschen zu viel Leben verloren. Würde ich sagen. Na gut. Mal trinken und... Was denn? Moment, das hat mir kein Leben gebracht. Gegenstände. Ja, ein bisschen Fleisch. So. Und den auch. Ja, und jetzt brenne! Fuck, ey, der Shit hat mich immer noch ein bisschen betrunken gemacht. Na gut. Das ging jetzt aber dafür noch. Da können wir. Oh, shit. Oh, wollte ich gar nicht. Alter. Ja, so, zielen. So. Erstmal ein bisschen Fernkampfschaden machen. Wobei, es bringt nicht so viel. Na, komm. Fuck you, ey. Alter. Wie das den einfach mal nicht zu... Ey. Also wenn man nicht mehr ausweichen kann, ist das ein bisschen fies, finde ich. So.
Where to now? Up?
Yes, it's not far now.
Priscilla. How's it look? Give it to me straight, no sugarcoating.
Her wounds will heal, but it's her voice that concerns me. Surely you understand what a terrible blow that would be to a Trobrex. Enough to strip her of the will to live.
Any remedy for that?
I fear only your friend Dandelion can be of help on that count.
Oh Mann, das wäre jetzt ziemlich scheiße, ey. Wenn das so einen bitteren Twist nimmt. Naja. Scheiße, aber was soll man machen? Ja gut, wir können auch ein bisschen schneller. Wobei er will nicht schneller. Egal, wir gehen vor.
Take the ladder. This is the place. Come, the quicker we take care of this, the better.
Why? Got somewhere to be?
Someone might disturb us. The coroner, for example. Or Reverend Nathaniel Pastodi. Very well. We seek the corpse of a dwarven woodcarver.
Oh.
Human. Wrong body type.
Na gut. Noch andere hier? Na, da ist noch jemand.
Looks like necrophages got to this one. Let's keep looking.
Ah, ein Hexenjäger. Ja, dem tut es mir nicht leid. Hier ist nichts. Wobei, das ist eine größere Kiste, ne? Wobei, da ist ja eh nichts drin, oder? Doch. Ja. Na gut. Hier vielleicht?
This isn't it.
Ich glaube, es soll eine Frau sein, oder nicht? Hier vielleicht.
Human. Wrong body type. Let's keep looking.
Aber es ist ein bisschen... Wir haben gerade schon das Limit erreicht, wenn ich ehrlich bin. Hier noch. Da hinten noch. Ne, Moment, hier lang. So, was haben wir hier? Ein Kerl wieder.
Calluses on the fingers, sawdust in the beard, clothes sticky with sap. Must be our dwarf.
Excellent. I trust you don't grow weak in the knees at the sight of blood.
Not a bit. Start the autopsy.
Where?
Let's look at his head. Hair smells like it's burnt, like he was in a fire.
Notice anything else? That his eyes have been scooped out, for instance?
Those burn marks I see in his eye sockets.
Yes. And some grey dust. Ash, it seems. Very fine.
Murderer gouged out his eyes, then put burning coals in the sockets.
So it seems. Looking at the wounds, it appears our woodcarver was still alive when it happened.
Let's examine the mouth. Burns, blisters.
Just like Priscilla's.
See this? Incision made into the voice box.
Indeed, so thin as to be nearly unnoticeable.
A small, extremely sharp instrument. Scalpel.
But why? The wound is too small to bleed, and there are signs of swelling. The murderer... I believe he performed a tracheotomy, so the victim wouldn't die too soon.
Kopf haben wir.
Let's examine his torso.
What have we here? Deep wound on the left side of his rib cage, and a scar the length of his stomach.
Das ist ja hier wie bei C.S.I. Novigrad, ey.
Let's examine the chest wound. Yeah, heart carved out, wound cauterized.
Wait a minute, there's something else.
An egg from an amphibian. A salamander? Scorched but intact.
I attended some lectures in herpetology as a student. Afraid I don't recall any amphibians that would lay eggs in corpses. So either Professor Cochrane was deeply mistaken, or this is our murderer's doing.
Look at the scar. Wounds long and thin. An incision. But the edges are ragged.
Means nothing. Look, no swelling, no bruises. An old injury, perhaps an accident in the workplace?
Open the abdominal cavity.
Due warning, it will stink of rot.
Once fought a Zoogle up to my waist in sewage, so I doubt... Wait. Smells not rot.
Formaldehyde. A medical novelty. Heavily diluted, it's remarkable at preserving organic tissue. In stronger proportions, it's more destructive than acid.
Explains why there's no smell of decay, and why his throat's scalded. Look at his hands. These welts. Rope burns, right? He was tied up.
I'd expect so. No one could sit through such torture unless bound.
Speaking from experience?
Yes, that of a victim. Spent a year in the dungeons of Tretogor. Long story.
Some other time, maybe. See the callus? Our dwarf wore a ring, but someone took it off him. See anything interesting on his legs?
His right foot. The ankle's swollen, toenails broken. He clearly kicked something very hard, right before he kicked the bucket.
Doesn't strike me as the right time for jokes.
Apologies. We surgeons, we've a different sensibility.
And a different sense of humor. His genitals, we ought to inspect those.
I sincerely doubt they bear any relation to the matter.
We'll see. Pull down his trousers and... shit.
Syphilis, actually. Early stages. No sign of diffusion.
Think there could be a connection?
Only as the killer's potential motivation.
All right. Think I know enough.
Enlighten me, please, because I've still no notion what this is about. What the motive might have been.
Das ist schwierig, weil ich habe ja gar keine Vermutung. Gehen wir das Ganze mal durch, ja? Wir machen das hier wie bei C.S.I, ne? Zumindest vermute ich, dass man das so bei C.S.I macht. Ich gucke die Serie nicht. Ritualmord. Also, der hat schon krasse Sachen angewendet. Aber ja, Ritualmord glaube ich nicht. Weil sonst hätte er es wahrscheinlich schon bei Priscilla geschafft. Ich würde Strafe sowieso nicht. Weil warum sollte er mehrere Leute bestrafen? Tippe ich eher auf Mörder. Das ist natürlich der einfache Ausweg. Oder? Doch, komm, wir nehmen einfach den einfachen Ausweg.
Sorry. Rather not share my conclusions just yet.
I understand. For the good of the investigation. Will you at least share what you intend to do?
It's a lead worth following. Any idea what his name was?
Fabian Meyer. And I'm Hubert Reich, the coroner. I've come to perform the autopsy, but I see you've done it for me, Joachim. As always, you interfere where you're neither needed nor wanted, drag others into trouble in the process. Who is this?
A student. Lifelong learner. Got a couple questions for you.
Very well, speak. But be quick. Reverend Nathaniel has come by for an inspection. He'll be here shortly.
You old friends?
Hubert taught me the rudiments of medicine. Long ago.
And not very well. You've still not mastered certain basic principles. For example, that a doctor's role is to treat the ill, not save the world.
You've not changed a bit.
A compliment?
No, a statement of fact. 30 years, and you've not changed a bit.
Ich bin jetzt verwirrt. Sieht mir aus, als ob der linke der Schüler ist, der rechte der Lehrer, aber der linke sieht viel älter aus, also der Typ, mit dem ich gekommen bin. Na gut, manchmal sind die Schüler auch ein bisschen älter als die Lehrer, ne?
Woodcarver's body. Where was it found? It's important.
Plan to investigate? Exciting. He died in his workshop south of the market square, just beside the gate to Far Corners. That poor Trebirets was attacked there. City's abuzz about it. But the woodcarver, Eustace, the corpse collector, brought us the body. You should speak to him. Saw him just around the corner, near... Oh, greetings, Your Reverence.
Who are these people? I believe I made it clear no one's to be allowed in under any circumstances.
You did, but they're friends of the deceased, here to collect the body.
Out of the question. Show them out at once.
As Your Reverence wishes. Gentlemen, follow me. You shall leave via another route.
Why'd you cover for us?
I was covering my own arse. If Reverend Nathaniel had learned someone had entered the morgue, then cut open a corpse without his permission, I'd be in deep trouble. But you didn't give that a thought, did you, Joachim? As ever. Well, while I don't approve of your willfulness, I also wish to see this murderer hang. So, should I learn anything new related to this case, I will let you know.
Thank you.
Nathaniel. Who is he?
A scoundrel. A rogue. Like every man who wears the robes of the eternal fire.
Most are scoundrels before they ever put on the robes.
True in his case as well. Before he donned the frock, Nathaniel was a torturer. Delighted especially in torturing women. Later, Hierarch Hemmelfart appointed him to oversee the morgue. He deals with the temple guard, supervises cremations, conducts funeral masses in the temple on the Isle, and so forth.
Dream job.
Ich glaube, wir haben unseren Mörder.
Might have told me you know the coroner. We could have skipped the trip through the sewers.
I know him, thus I avoid him. I've said enough on the subject.
Don't aim to press you.
Thank you. I've nothing to hide. It's just an old wound, unhealed as yet. What will you do now?
Plenty of leads. Woodcarver's workshop, the corpse collector who found him, alley where Priscilla was attacked. Got work to do.
As do I. At the hospital. I must return there. But I shall keep my fingers crossed.
And I'll keep my eye on you.